All right, welcome back for part two. We still have both managers here on the line. When we left off for the last commercial break, Roemer had a comment about the slaughter that is going to ensue on Palermo this week. Roemer?
Yeah, I was just going to say that, when Palermo finally realizes that Damian Williams is not going to play, he's going to look to his sorry-ass bench, and the only running back on there is Ty Montgomery. So what the guy's going to do is play two Jets running backs at the same time against the Patriots. That's a recipe for disaster, and it's just comical.
It is embarrassing. So it sounds like we're all on the same page. Roemer slaughtering Palermo, going to 2-1. Palermo down to 1-2. All right, so actually now we are going to bring up one of my favorite topics. This is this week's Buns matchup of the week. So couple contenders for this week's Buns matchup of the week, but my leading prime contender is my neighbor that lives one block away from me, Matthew Stephanie, and the once dominant Taco Supreme that is now a wilty, soggy, wet taco in the back of your car from Taco Bell. Do you guys agree or disagree as this is the Buns matchup of the week?
Steve?
Yeah, I think looking at the schedule or the matchups here, I think that's definitely the Buns game of the week. You have two 0-2 teams, and one is in 12th place and one is in 11th place. So I think that's the clear-cut favorite for this week.
So what I like about this matchup, though, and I think this is very interesting, is this is basically an elimination game. I mean, you're not coming back from 0-3. So a lot on the line in this game, and although it's yet 11 and verse 12, it's basically a see you next year game.
See you next year. See you next Tuesday. So who do you guys have? Steve?
I think I like Rocco's team a little bit better. He has a lot of firepower on his team with Barkley, Keenan Allen, Thielen, guys like that. Matt's team, I mean, it's good. I mean, I think Diggs has like 3 total catches like over his first 2 weeks. Fournette's going tonight. I mean, Kamara without Breeze. O.J. Howard threw up a goose egg last week. And Matt's third wide receiver has not had a single point the first 2 weeks. So I think Matt's just a little distracted with his personal life, his schooling. And, I think Rocco eliminates Matt for the season, we'll say.
Eliminates Matt for the season. Roemer?
Yeah, no, I would echo everything that Steve said. It's just not a good team on Matt's side. The guy's obviously flustered. He's kicking people out of SFL chat. He's not in a good place. Hey, and I've been there, and it's tough getting out of. So, yeah, I mean, I think Rocco's team is underrated. I think he's got star receivers. He picked up.
I agree.
Hollywood Brown. He's playing KC. Like that could be a shootout. Yeah, I think it's going to be Rocco for sure. And yeah, Matt can focus on his studies now.
Yeah, needs more time to study to learn more things. All right, so our next matchup, it sounds like we're all going with Rocco on this one. I think Rocco's team is severely underperforming, and it will get better. So next matchup is yours truly, the Anchovies. Don't forget to meep after the show with beers with Rosas. Roemer, what's your opinion on this matchup?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. These are, again, I mean, Cougs, you don't want to start 0-3. That's just a death sentence. But I think he got a good shot this week. Obviously you got Henry going tonight. I don't like Henry, but he's obviously been playing well, so we'll see if that continues. So I think if he has a big game tonight, I'd be feeling pretty good. But if not, I don't want to, call the game on, the Thursday night game, but that's tough. I don't love Gurley. Edelman, there's a lot of, chefs in the kitchen in that offense. And I don't know. It's interesting looking at Doug's team. He's starting Jameis Winston over Wentz. That's Wentz at home against Detroit. It sounds like he's losing confidence in that guy pretty quick.
Yeah, but can you really start Jameis Winston?
He's playing the Giants, and he's also home, so we'll see. And, honestly, if Damian doesn't play, I wouldn't be surprised if McCoy slips in his lineup as well. But if I had to pick, which I need to do, I'll give it to you, Cougs.
Giving it to me. All right. See, my breakout player of the week is Kyler Murray. I think this is the week he comes alive against a banged-up Carolina team. So big things coming from him. Steve, what's your breakdown on this matchup?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very close match. You have two guys going tonight, which is it's not make or break, but I mean to have two guys that lay it done. I mean it looks like it's monsooning out there in Jacksonville, so that could be 40 carries for Henry tonight. He could go off like he did last year against the Jags. So I do like Doug's running backs. I'm not sure the status of David Johnson. I know he got banged up last week. But yeah, I like what you said about Kyler Murray. I mean, they're definitely a pass-first offense and throws the ball a lot against a depleted Carolina team with Cam Newton probably not playing. And I think it's going to be a very tight match. And I think, when your back's against the wall, I think you're going to find a way to pull it out and not go 0-3. So.
All right. So it sounds like we're all on board with the Anchovies taking it down this week. Now, to our matchup of the week, in my opinion, again, I want to ask you guys what your opinions are. But first, I want to make my opinions. I have the legal drug pushers versus the street use as the matchup of the week. Guy running away with the league this year, unstoppable force of Eric's team versus last year's champion, Burt Boyer. What do you guys make of this matchup, Roemer?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the trade that nobody's really talking about, but everybody's talking about. Rex Burkhead for Josh Allen. Sounds like this is the rest of the back after his Cam Newton is just not doing what he should be doing. But a trade nonetheless. So props for those guys.
They pulled one off. It's a rare beast.
It's a rare beast, yeah. And I think it sparked some trade talks, at least for myself. So I think that's good for the league. So good job, guys.
All right.
But yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think Eric is definitely the favorite. He's got just studs on his team: Mahomes, Hopkins,
studs up and down everywhere.
I'm going to give the advantage to him, but I like Brett's team. I think it's sneaky. I think Matt Breida is going to have a good week this week. It's crazy. He's already given up on Devontae Freeman. I mean, the guy's healthy at Indianapolis, and he's sitting on his bench. So I hope he blows up, and then Brett starts from the following week, and he does nothing, and then he's just in a constant battle, starting tonight, not starting tonight. So that would just make me happy.
A vicious cycle of it.
Yeah.
And actually, real quick, before we hear from Steve, we got to interrupt the programming. Ooh, still going hot cross buns, dude. Just wants to keep doing hot cross buns.